myself and my partner Cancer are sitting at the lower end of the spectrum for Army. I did pump out a bunch of Corruptors. We'll see 9 Corruptors here as I pull them to the side. And we'll see what's going to happen. Oh, look, I am morphing to a Greater Spire. So I'm sure you guys already know what I'm going to be getting. And I do have level 2 armor and missile upgrade for my ground troops, and I'm now getting level 1 upgrade for my Zerglings. Sending my Zerglings out, they are going to run up against this force, and I do decide I better GTFO, get the frick out of there, and retreat back to my base. I know my partner does have 6 siege tanks, although it's not going to be quite enough. If they would have pushed on in, they probably would have been doing fine, as they have so many medevacs. 11 medevacs. And as you know, medevacs do heal any biological unit. So Hydralisks and Zealots, they do heal. I've got my roaches out front just to help, so that if the tanks do try to scare off the units, but his units try to do push in, my roaches will be able to deal additional damage. I wanted to get them out in front of the choke point so that if they did push in, I wasn't trying to get stuck, or wasn't going to get stuck in the choke point. At this time, I've got 6 Broodlords out now, a ton of Zerglings, and a group or so of Roaches. Expansions coming up here for Creative. 2 at their natural expansions, well, somewhat natural expansions up at the front. And we see some point defense drones, and oh no, we see a drop here from Creative inside Cancer's base, but at the same time, we are seeing Cancer with a cloaked ghost dropping a nuke down on these Hydras. Is he going to get this nuke off with, oh no, 130 army down to 94 strife. That is disastrous. And unfortunately, I bring some Mutalisks, I've been drinking tonight. I got some Zerglings and some Broodlords following up, I believe, and to help take out this base. And we do see Strife coming in now with... Oh, and it looks like he screwed up. I don't know what... There was 6 Hydralisks in here, but... Oh, and now there's, well, lots, but he's not going to be able to bring them out. I'm not sure how he was screwing up, but they are going to get stuck here in this Nidus network. And we now see Strife at Hive Tech with an Ultralisk Cavern. We don't see the upgrades for them yet. We don't see a level 1 upgrade for the weapons, but we do see level 1 upgrade done for the armor. So after that nuke and failed drop, we are going to see Creative and Strife be pushed back by my army. I've got a bunch, 6 here, Broodlords, and a bunch of Roaches. Being able to take out these Hydralisks and Medevacs, no problem. Well, then Medevacs will go unhindered, as I don't have any anti-air at the moment. SCV is looking to transfer over to this command center. He did not morph into a planetary fortress, but maybe we'll see that sooner or later. He's got a couple Thors out. Creative's got a couple Thors and a couple Vikings. We aren't seeing any upgrades come from the engineering bay or the armory. My partner does do a scan here to see that he does have Thors, does have Vikings, and they're still continuing to pump out Hydralisks. At this point, I don't believe we see the Ultralisk Den. Oh, yes, we do. We see the Ultralisk Den, but at the moment, I am choosing to actually do a double expand, and not at our main island expansion, but off to the side, as I know it is protected by rocks here, and a fairly narrow, fairly wide choke point here, but also I knew that this choke point is really narrow, and if they wanted to come all the way through, they'd have to deal with my army, so I figured this was the best place to go. I decided to put up 3 hatcheries, and I've already put up 2 extractors here at my expansion, and 2 here as well. So as soon as these hatcheries are up, I'm going to be getting consistently more gas, sitting at 131 over 190. I am pretty much the healthiest player at the moment. The Terran player a little bit more units, but I don't think his diversity is going to help him. He's got a bunch of Vikings, 12 Vikings, that unless they're in the air taking out Overlords or my Broodlords, they aren't going to be very effective. Now sitting here with 9 Broodlords, and I think I had some more on the way, I don't remember. Anyways, 2 queens working off my 3 hatcheries over here, my hive tech and hatchery. I have lots and lots of energy. I could transfuse if I needed to, and I am researching level 1 upgrade for my broodlords and any air units that I do get. Transferring a buttload of drones that mined out my main base over to my first expansion, and then I'm going to be rallying all of my 6 hatcheries actually up to the expansion so that I can create more and more and more drones. Actually, I did it right here. So I've got lots of saturation here. I probably could afford to put some on the gas, and it looks like Creative and Strife will be pushing out yet again. Ultralisks coming in, they've got 3 armor, so a total of 4 armor. We do see the anabolic synthesis upgrade coming, which combined with their extra armor actually gives them a better speed. So their movement speed will go to fast, I believe. Excuse me. And we are seeing a Thor ship here. Just one so far, I think. No others. But we've got an additional 6 Thors and lots of Vikings, although Vikings aren't going to be that effective at the moment. Creative is expanding yet again to this double expansion here, the first half. He's population capped almost, with lots and lots of command centers. If we look at units, now let's look at income. We're sitting at 35 harvesters for Strife, 56 for Creative, 66 for myself. As you can see, my income is just massive over everyone else's, over 1,000 income better. My gas not quite as good as Creative's, but my partner's worker is actually the least out of them all. Definitely needs to expand sometime quick here. Looking back at the Army tab, we do see once again Creative's army trumping all. And then we see my partner's army roughly around second best, although I think most of them are Thors and these, Marines and Marauders all at once here. We are seeing my Broodlords and his Cancer's Banshees pushing in against these Hydralisks and Ultralisks, and unfortunately his army is not going to be enough. He is going to need these Vikings to come in and take out both of our air units, as both of our air units cannot attack other air. We are only attacking against ground. Funneling some Hydralisks in. I've got almost 1.5 groups of Hydras looking to push out against some of these Medivacs and Vikings. Hydras and Broodlords trying to take out the expansion. They do, and then they try to focus on the army. Vikings unfortunately do take out the Broodlords pretty quick. Hydra's getting cleaned up here, not very good against Thors. This is patch 11, so Thors do less damage but faster, and Ultralisks do move faster and get more attack damage, so they have been buffed.